5, episode 23. Hello and welcome. The show will be starting in just a few minutes. But in the meantime, if you're listening to the replay, you can fast forward past this and just start listening to the show. If you're new to Fireside, you can do several things. You can react. You'll see a clap emoji and like a clap emoji, a party emoji, a bunch of different emojis on the bottom. Those you can use just by pressing them. But you can also hit the react button in the lower right hand corner, and there it will pull up a whole bunch of emojis, and you could choose the emoji you want and hit send, and the emoji will be sent. Or if you want to leave a written comment, you do the same thing, choose an emoji, then write your comment just as if you were going to do a text and press send. Well, the show will be starting in just a few moments.
Let me take the bait. Wait.
Hey, I know you don't see me, but you hear me, which means I will be here in just a second. And here I come in 3, 2, 1. Oh, it didn't work. That was like so not, really. I was trying to make it like a big entrance. Let's try it again. 3, 2, 1. Yay, I did it that time. Welcome everyone.
Welcome.
We're so happy to see everyone.
Yes, we are. So welcome, Dave and Sam, and welcome, Bertha. You
Bertha
made
is
it.
here. Cool. Dave and Sam, I watched the replay from the Bar and Grill. I know it's Bar and Grill. I forgot the name of it. But yeah, it was
Good
cool.
job. Good
It was
job.
cool.
Good
it
job,
was
you guys.
very exciting.
That's right. That's right.
Just for people to know, Dave and Sam are part of Relationship Wednesday. Although
I
they're
don't
not,
think- I
they're
don't think
not
they have a
having
show
a show tonight. That's what I'm getting ready to say. They
Okay.
are not having a show tonight because they had a show yesterday at the bar.
At the
in
bar.
Gale.
That's not a bad place to have a show.
That's right. So check them out. I think they'll be back next week. Next Wednesday would be great. Would be
Yes.
cool.
Yes.
All right.
And if that's wrong, Dave and Sam, please let us know so we get it right.
Yeah,
All right. Well, you're
What's-
watching. I'm right.
I'm right. And we forgot what the show was.
I know. Like you
We
forgot what
We're
show
just
you were in,
talking,
didn't you?
Just talking.
You forgot, didn't you?
No, I didn't forget. How
You
could I
did.
forget that?
Because you have more than one show, so you might forget which one you're in.
No, definitely will not forget which show I'm in. Because you don't sit next to me in my other show.
I could.
No, you don't want to sit next
don't
to
wanna
me.
sit
You're
next to
tired
you.
of sitting next to me.
Yes, I'd much rather produce than host.
Yes.
Everyone knows this about me.
Okay. Well, cool. So, being that I don't have on my glasses, I can't see everyone that's in it. Well, let's try.
Oh, we have a message. Dave and Sam say, last night was our mid-season finale. We are taking off tonight and also taking off next week, and we will be back the week after. Okay, we'll
Okay.
remember that. 2
Well,
weeks.
we'll miss you.
Yes, we will.
We will miss you. All righty.
All right. Well, you
What's
ready
happening?
to say what this show is about?
Sure, Jill.
All right.
That's your thing.
We're talking about the power of love, which
Power
is part of a segment.
love. You know, I love.
Yes, you
love.
do. And it's part of a segment.
That we call.
Stand
by your stance.
Ooh, I
That's
got
right.
it right for once.
You did. You did. Very good.
But you
It
know,
only took,
there's
what,
a-
23 episodes?
Well, here's the deal. Here's the real deal. You know, we created all of these sound effects, and in our audio only podcast, I didn't have to play it during the show. I just edited it in.
True.
It's real easy.
True.
Zippity zip.
But
Perfect
you said that
every time.
you like this format because you don't have to do any editing.
Yeah. That's true. That's true. But you know, a lot of things have changed a little bit with our video show. So
to
it's like
say the least.
I'm like off balance.
Well, before I get to the topic of the power of love, which
Power
is the
of
topic,
love.
I
Every
wanna
time I
read-
hear that, I want to say the power of love.
I want to read 2 more comments that we got. Dave and Sam said that next week they will be on vacation driving around the country. Ooh, where to?
Coming
Or is
to
that
it.
a secret? Are you coming to the ATOL? Let us know. And then Bertha says, Moo Moo says hello. Hey, Moo Moo.
Hey, Moo Moo.
Does that? Then that tells me where you are, Bertha. You're never at home, are you? You're never at your home.
Bertha is a world traveler. She
Yes,
travels
she is.
the world.
Yes, she is.
Like all the time. I still don't know how she does that.
That's her thing.
That's her secret.
That's her thing. And we want to welcome Queen Bee Divine. Hello,
Oh,
hello.
Queen Bee
Nice to
Divine.
have you.
It is good to see you.
Yes.
she's-
And also, actually, I want you to tell me how you pronounce your name. Is it Graciela or Graciela? So I would love for you to tell us that so that I don't keep saying it incorrectly if I am.
I think it's Graciela. Or Graciela.
Bertha said
Graciela.
that's her. She does. How she gets around. How she gets around.
I need to know that secret.
Okay, so I want to start off our topic about the power of love by talking to you
Love.
because
Is she going to talk to me about love?
yes, because
I
you call
love.
yourself the man about
I
love.
am the man about love. I love everybody, even the people that hate me.
So what is your stance about the power of love? How powerful is love?
You know, I really think, no one has ever asked me that question before. But now that I think about it, it's probably the most powerful thing on this planet.
I believe so too.
I mean, really. I mean, if you love, there would be no wars. If you love, there would be no killing, no hatred, no bigotry, no all of these horrible things that we have on our planet. If people truly loved each other, they wouldn't exist. They really wouldn't.
Well, I think sometimes, wars can go on for so long that I think people start to forget what are we fighting for in some cases.
Well, I know this is not a political show, but
It's not?
no, this is not a political show. But you can take a country like Russia that just wants to invade other countries. There you go. You got a war.
Just because they want to?
That's right. They want that land. They
Oh.
want the people that live on the land.
Okay. Well, I mean, wars start for a reason, but like I said, I think some of them go on for so long that they forget what the reason is.
I don't think they forget.
And then when the war's over, what happens?
I don't know. Would
Is
you
there-
like a
is-
history lesson?
No.
What happens?
No, I
What happens after the Civil War?
well, I
Well,
mean,
Uh,
no, that's
no.
not what I mean.
Yeah, no.
We're not
that.
going to get into all
Not
of
that.
that.
Yeah, you brought it
Um,
up.
I'm just saying that
You brought it up. She brought it up. She
I'm
brought
just
it up.
saying.
You just saying.
I'm just
Okay.
saying.
Yeah, well, okay. You just keep on saying.
Well, I do believe that people. So to your point is that if love were the dominant factor, I guess that's what you're saying, then
Yes.
we wouldn't have these other things.
Yeah, we wouldn't have all these other issues. We wouldn't have homelessness if people truly knew how to just love everybody. Love everybody like they're your brothers and sisters and mothers and fathers. You wouldn't, a person wouldn't let their father or mother be homeless. If they had the ability to keep them from being homeless, they wouldn't do that. So if you love the homeless, people would give the homeless a home. What I heard a story. What story? Where was it? Oh, what country was it? And I told you this story, so you might have to recall for me, Jill. But there is a country, and I can't remember which country it is, but they don't have homeless. If somebody ends up homeless, the government has apartments, whole apartment
Oh, you
buildings
did tell me this recently.
that are set up just for people that don't have a home. So if by chance you end up homeless, within a day, they'll move you in an apartment. And they'll put you in an apartment. And then when you wake up the next morning, there's like food at your door. Just somebody brings food because they know you're homeless and you need some help.
So what do you say to people who truly believe it's easier to hate?
I really don't. You got some good questions tonight or statements.
I'm still in journalist mode.
So I
last week.
I don't believe anyone believes it's easier to hate.
Oh, people say that. People have said that to my face.
I've never heard it before. How about the audience? Could you give us an applause if you've heard people say it's easier to hate?
See, I'm not the only one.
That was just one.
There's another one. See?
I think that was the same one. Okay,
It wasn't.
Now we have two. Now we have two. Easier to hate. I've never said that, and I've never heard anyone.
I've never said it because I don't believe it. But people have said to me, because I'm like, why do you treat them that way? Why do you? I say, why do you dislike that person so much? It's easier to hate them.
And who said that?
Oh, several people have said it to me.
Who said it?
Former colleagues.
I'm looking for names.
No, I'm not giving you names.
Names.
Actually, I have the ability. I have the ability to block people out.
Uh-huh.
So I got him. So I may not remember their name. Well, some of them I remember their name.
I could never say that. I could never, ever say that.
I know that. Because you're the man about love.
Yeah, but even before I was the man about love, I never said that, ever. Well, and I never had anyone say it to me about other people. It's easier
several
to
people.
Hate. That's really...
But that's what I meant. Remember when I used to say that the news industry attracts type A personalities, and I would say, but the A stands for something else.
Something else?
Yeah.
Like ass, hole.
Yes. And that was why. Okay. That was why. Because some of them, they really, talk about competitive, and some of them just really would do anything.
Look. This is what I believe. I believe if someone lets those words come out of their mouth, it's easier to hate. I believe that's going to come back on them. I really do.
Probably. Yes.
I mean, really do. Just to hate people.
They said it's easier. And sometimes I think it's because not everyone knows how to love. Sam I Am, hi Sam, says, I have heard it, but don't believe it. Actually, I think that it's a defense mechanism, like I'm saying, to guard them against being hurt. I believe that too. I agree with that.
So do they use that as a defense mechanism to be hurt by a homeless person when they hate homeless people? Is that a defense mechanism then? If they say, I hate the homeless, why don't they get a job?
Well, I think that's just ignorance about, there are many, I think that's just ignorance because people don't always think about what led to that person being, without a home in the first place. I spent a quarter when I was in grad school. I spent a quarter in DC, covering women.
A quarter? 25 cents?
No, a quarter of a semester. Instead of a semester.
Okay.
A term.
I'm just making sure. I
spent 4 months in DC.
Okay.
Covering, playing reporter for stations around the country. And my beat was women and ethnic minorities.
Yes.
And so, DC has a huge homeless problem. Mm-hmm. And so I just decided one day for my story to go talk to them. And that was by itself, that was like, they were suspicious because most people don't even talk to them, and then when they realized I really wanted to hear their stories, it was usually, without a doubt, because, they were always one paycheck away from being without a home, and they didn't have family that they could stay with or trust or, whatever the case may be. And, that one paycheck, they didn't get that one paycheck,
that's messed up.
So there are many reasons why people are there, but that doesn't mean they're bad people. It just means,
so
it wasn't with them.
I hate that we brought up. See, I hate that we brought up hate in this episode because this episode is about love power.
We're getting to that.
Love power.
We're getting to that. But first, I want to read Bertha's message. She says, I think people who hate are projecting their own issues and lack empathy. As a society, we have become jaded by the suffering around us. Agree with that, too.
I agree with that. I also believe that people that hate others actually hate themselves.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
You could do a whole class on that. we have done a whole course. We have an audio course on empathy. You could do a whole class on that. So we're getting ready let's have our guests. We have guests this week.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. So
Who are these beautiful people?
Well, they are the creators, producers, and writers of a show called Love Power.
Oh, I love that.
And their names are Aaron Atkinson and Sophie Lawson. Welcome, you guys.
Yay, welcome. Please give them a round of applause.
We're so excited you're here. We're so excited. Oh, look, matching.
Oh,
I love it.
Look at that.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Y'all are so cute.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
Okay. So we have met, just full disclosure to the audience, we have met Aaron in person, but we haven't met Sophie. So Sophie, we're starting with the questions with you.
Hi, Sophie. How are ya?
Hi.
Great. How are you?
We're
good. So we hear that you all met on December 15th, 2021, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, so tell us about that. Where were you? What happened?
So a mutual girlfriend of ours, had invited both of us actually separately, but invited both of us to her holiday event that she was throwing. So, I told her I'd definitely come and support her. Got there and met a couple of her friends that she had there, and Aaron was there. So I got to meet Aaron, and he was just chilling, just really sweet guy. Just like, hey, how are you? That big smile. And so we just start talking. We start talking about some books that we've read. And when we noticed that the books we read we had in common, we kind of just started, pulling out some information from that and, talking about what we liked about the books. But anyway, I was running low on wine. So I was like, you want to go to the bar and get another glass of wine? He's like, sure. So, as we were waiting for that, we continued to talk. And I don't know. And then, the conversation was just smooth, just easy, When we got back to the other side of the room where the rest of the folks were, we were kind of like ending everything. And our girlfriend was like, hey, want to help me put some things away. And so we went and helped her put things into her car. And then she says, Sophie, can you drive Aaron to his car? And I'm like, sure. I'm like, well, where did he park? And obviously it didn't hit us until later, but I'm like, okay, because where I parked was literally, as soon as you walk out the door, it's like right there. So
and he parked like 10 miles away, right?
he parked a good ways away, and he said he walked, and I thought that was a pretty far walk. So anyway, I was like, yeah, sure. Now, mind you, when we were putting things into her car, it was just her. She has a truck. And I'm like, there's not like a whole lot of things to put in here. She acted like it wasn't any room for him, right? So I guess that's part of her plan. So, we got her going, and then she left, and then he got into my car, I took him up the street, and parked behind his vehicle, and then we continued to talk, and that conversation lasted for an hour.
Oh wow!
Yeah. Well,
sitting
let me
in the car in the dark.
Yes. I rewinded back a little because before we left the event, he took his phone out and he was like, hey, you want to put your number on my phone? I was like, yeah, sure, And then I don't know what happened. We kind of got distracted, or I got distracted with our friend because she was like, having us do stuff for her. And Houston was carrying his phone like,
Oh, I got the digits. I got the digits. Yep.
Let me explain, because at that point, what really was important to me was, at that time, she was a friend of a friend, and she was telling me that there was this creative thing, which is kind of similar to what Love Power Become, that she had always wanted to do. And I had made it my point at that point for friends of my friends and people I knew who, if they had some creative thing in their life that they had always wanted to do, they never got done. I had made it my point to either schedule something or try to do something I could do to help that person realize that dream. And so really at that time, me getting her number was just me trying to make a connection so that I could try to help her. She's like,
Hey, did it help that she's really pretty?
thank you.
Look, listen, he's like, I'm just trying to help a sister out.
Let me tell you, I wish I could go to the closet and bring down the dress that I had on, because I'm like, you didn't say anything.
Oh, it was killer. It was killer, right? It was one of these. This is what he did. Damn. That's what he did, isn't it? Damn. Is that what you did, Aaron? I bet that's what you did. Yeah, you did. Damn.
So the friend that had invited you both, was she playing matchmaker all along?
yes.
Okay.
It was
Okay.
planned
So
before
had
we
you
got
each heard of the other before that night?
No, I hadn't. I hadn't heard anything, and I don't think we really had heard anything at all. And so she had recently had coffee with me, and then she had a meeting with her, and she's like, So she figured she would invite us both to this space because she saw something, and she clearly was right, because we've been together every single day since that day.
Wow.
She was clearly right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
But
we were supposed to
Go ahead.
initially get coffee that Sunday. So we met on a Wednesday, and she said, hey, you want to go get coffee and just kind of talk? I was like, yeah, sure. So once we both got home, we texted each other that we made it home, and then we had another hour
Awesome.
conversation through text. And then that next morning, we had a conversation again, and then later that day, I said, hey, are you doing anything later? You want to just go and, after work and just go grab something, something light. And that's what we did. And we spent 4 hours there.
Wow.
That's
And then ever
wonderful.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you've known each other since December. At what point did this idea for Love Power come along? Was that your original idea, Sophie, or when you all started realizing how much you enjoy each other's company, you're like, hey, let's do something together, really?
My heart is all about love, and I love love. So with that, for me, I was single for 3 years, and I wanted to. My dream actually was to have me and my partner to be able to develop this idea that I had just kind of hanging in my head. But you have to have the right person, when
Yep,
you're
that's
when
what
you're
I was
older,
gonna say.
You sure do. Right,
it's
Dave and
really
Sam?
important.
Right, Dave and Sam?
Absolutely. And I think, as you get older, you start to really appreciate things, and you start to take things a little more serious. You start to think about your future and what you really want and what really matters and what you want to put out into the world. And my dream was, hey, if I could have the right person, then I can see myself doing this thing. So as I would talk about, things, then we kind of just start putting ideas together, and we just dwarfed this whole thing. It just came relatively easy, and but I mean, it was really just that simple.
Well, we know that Aaron has a filmmaking totally creative mind. In fact, you've done a film on it, Aaron, right? But Sophie, what's your background in that regard?
Well, when it comes to creativity, I'm probably a really deep thinker. So, for example, I kind of I challenged him like maybe a few days ago, and I said, "Hey, let's put like 3 minutes on the clock, on Alexa and say, let's write like a poem to each other. But we only have 3 minutes.
Ah.
And so when he did it, he was like, okay. So we both took our cell phones out and we started to type. So I'm sitting and I'm typing, and I'm like in it. And he's like, I need more time. He's like, can we make it another? I think he extended it to like 5 minutes total. And I was pretty much done. So, we added 2 more minutes. And then when I was done, we got to read what each other's thoughts were. It pretty much could have been about whatever, but we said, let's do it. Let's say something about one another, but whatever comes from the heart, just pour it out. And it, it can rhyme, it can not rhyme. And man, if we could read what we both had, he was like, man,
You can.
You don't you still have it?
It was so
Don't
deep.
you still have it, right? You still have it, right?
Yeah, she has it.
I do.
Where's your phone?
Where's your phone? You can read it right now.
Gosh. Where did I put that thing? Is it in notes?
I think so.
Notes. Okay. Oh, here it is.
Ooh,
So,
yes.
Now here's the thing. I don't have my glasses, so I may have to have him read it. But I even came up with a title.
Here, use mine. Use
So
mine.
silly.
Thank you.
There you go.
And mine was titled "How My Angel Awaits."
Oh.
And I guess you can. Are you okay with it?
Yeah,
because then I have to get my glasses.
I'll read it. Sitting in a gaze, not knowing which way, or being able to see clearly, there he is. Standing in a crowd, oh yeah, it's loud. I know when his smile made me feel all funny inside. Things took off so fast, yet time moved so slow. I have no idea where this will go. Suddenly, it hit me. I love this man. I asked God, was this in your plan? My feelings took off to a place where most don't get to go. I ponder in a way many hearts wish they could glow. So now what? What do you do when you have met your angel face to face, right in front of you? Well, I didn't question it. I just moved forward to see it through. You were right, God. I knew I could trust you. Now we live forever free, in peace, a place where all dream to house their hearts, safely knowing clouds will carry them through.
Oh, that's beautiful. Woo. And you wrote that in 3 minutes or 5 minutes?
Yeah, 3 minutes. No, I needed the extra 2 minutes.
Wow. Did you cry, Aaron?
It was amazing. It definitely made my heart buzz. It was amazing. Which she is amazing in all ways.
But Jill asked if you cried.
Yeah, he didn't answer the question, did he? He didn't say yes. He didn't say no. He didn't answer
That's
that
right.
question.
He skated that
Yeah,
one.
he sure did. That's all right. I'll let you. All right.
It's all right if you cried. It's all right. It's all right. Or did you like try to suck it back up? You're like, cry. You know how it is. No, I wasn't crying. Yeah. All right.
All right.
The other
So,
side to the creativity is, I like to dance. So, I've danced in church. I've danced in a lot of different, settings, family functions, things like that. So that just allows me to express myself and be free. And I need to get back into the gym because I'm gonna tell you, we were dancing the other day for a video that we're doing for me, and my goodness, I'm like, whew, this is hard.
So tell us about Love Power. What is it? Where can we see it? When can we see it? What's the concept?
So the concept is one of the things that we learned, and I think when in the beginning in our relationship, I would say that it was after 3 months that we actually either watched TV, movies, or anything. For those first 3 months, we just talked. And we literally spent all our time together getting to know each other. And one of the things that we didn't do was we just said, yes to all the questions, yes to all the things that it took for us to try to understand about what our lives has been like. And there were things in areas that we were able to discuss about how we got to be where we are that we thought one of the things that was in the way of a lot of people's connection and relationships is that everyone is restricting, everyone's protecting, right? And when you're protecting, you can't be open. And if you're not open, you really can't have true closeness. And so one of the things with Love Power that we want to do is we've kind of developed this playbook that we think that if people are more open and they kind of follow this playbook along with what we're going to have is like some video examples and things that showing people how to do things right and ways in which we fail in these areas of connection. And if they can just work to repair these things and restore these things in themselves and in their lives, and they can have more sustaining love connection, kind of what we've experienced and what we've seen, and we've gone out and done some interviews and talked to some couples and talked about ways in which they work to stay connected. And we've kind of brought that into a show to try to really help people be better at not just loving themselves, but being better at loving and connecting and having lasting connection in their lives.
Cool.
Fantastic.
I think
That's
you're
excellent.
right on the mark.
Woo,
I
that's
mean,
wonderful.
seriously, you know, a lot of it is about learning to love yourself, learning to be happy with yourself, and then you can start building a relationship with someone else that hopefully loves themselves and are happy with themselves also.
Wouldn't you
That's-
say that's what you both did, because you were both single at the time that you met? Sophie, you mentioned that you had been single for 3 years. So I'm assuming that you worked on yourself and loved yourself more during that time. And do you think that you would have been ready for each other any other time? Do you think that when you met was the perfect time to meet?
Yeah, absolutely. I've always been an open person to receive. But I thought, I didn't want to rush anything. I didn't want to go out there and say, "Hey world, here I am. Who's going to take me?" So, hey, I'm going to tell you, it's really not that easy. It's the single world. It's not that easy. It doesn't matter if you got stuff together. It doesn't matter, like how you look, and it doesn't matter if you keep in shape. It doesn't matter. None of that stuff. It matters, yes. But what I mean is, if you're looking for the right kind of person, the right kind of connection, it's not going to be that easy, because there's a lot of great people out there that still have baggage that they haven't either dealt with or resolved. So for me, I always feel like I could be better. I can always be a better person, be a better, everything. So I just continue to get therapy and just continue to work to the point where my therapist was like, "I don't think you need to be here anymore."
Yeah, why are you here? You're good.
I made my therapist my friend, and I'm like, "Hey." But yeah, and I decided to continue to do that until the right person, until we crossed paths. And I just trusted God and prayed about it. And I also worked out to get some frustration out too. So I was literally, because I used to play ball, from like 6th grade through college, and also, as an adult for about maybe until I was in my early 30s. Let me not tell my age right now. I'm saying
You're talking about a date in the future when you turn 30.
When you turn 30,
Yes.
That's right. And what kind of ball?
But
What kind of ball she said?
oh, basketball. Sorry.
Okay.
Basketball. So
Okay.
you know she's a baller because she just say ball.
Ball.
Yeah, I would play
Well,
ball.
I assumed that,
That's right.
but I want to make sure.
Yeah. So, from there, and I say that because I needed something in the gym that was going to allow me to get whatever feelings, aggressions I had inside to get out. So I did a lot of weightlifting, and I did it Monday through Friday, literally
Ooh.
for months, prior to meeting him. And then when I met him, it stopped. I mean, like cold turkey, like over. Because he just took it. He really liked
So,
what was,
so you
transpiring.
know that if all of the, well, no, this is for Aaron. Aaron, you
Yeah.
know that if Sophie all of a sudden starts lifting weights again every
You in
day,
trouble. You in trouble.
okay, you better figure that out and quick. I'm just letting you know. Don't forget I said this because it might happen one day. Trying to help you out. Trying to help you. Didn't we have a
So-
segment like that? We have a segment like that.
Yeah,
don't
I'm
we?
trying to help
Wait,
you.
wait. Yeah. What?
Trying to help you.
Yeah, just trying to help you, man.
I'm trying to help you.
That's
Oh, I
it.
love that. I love that.
So with your show, is it you? I assume you have different episodes since you've talked to different people. So is it? Are you planning it to be weekly? Like what are?
So yeah, we're planning it to be weekly, and we've got we're going to cover love, we're going to cover connection. Do you remember what
The
they are?
3 C's
Yeah, the 3 C's.
and a P. The 3 C's and a P, which is communication, consideration, consistency, and patience.
Oh, I like that.
Wow.
Yeah,
I like that.
I'm
That's
glad.
very good.
I am really happy that P is for patience.
Oh my goodness! Don't just ignore him sometimes.
I don't
Don't ask him that. Don't ask him that.
Do not know.
Don't ask him that.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
It's going to be weekly, and we're going to cover the different sections of what we've identified, at least in the first season, about what we think are the 7 keys for sustaining connection. And within that, we'll pull in the interviews, and the way we've done it too, like we pull in the interviews, it isn't an interview per week. It's the interviews that we pulled in for the season will be used throughout the season for the different areas that we're talking about within the keys to connection, and that'll be season 1. So yeah.
Cool.
Wonderful. And I assume, because of your fantastic videography skills, Aaron, I'm assuming that it's something we can watch, not just listen to, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
There's a very important visual component to it, and some of the reenactments that we do and the ways we shoot them are really going to help people understand, because I think that's key. It's a key component to it, to seeing what it looks like when people are not listening, right? Because one of the important things is that when you're really getting to know someone, if you can remove the one thing that we always do is sometimes we need to defend ourselves, and once you're in a defensive stance, you can't listen. And so we show this in practice of what it looks like when your person's trying to share something with you, or they're trying to correct an action that you do that is causing conflict or issues with them, right? And so if you can just be in a receptive mode, and we kind of show visually through reenacting what that looks like, to try to help people understand that a lot of times, if you could just remove being defensive and allow your person to share something with you and just receive what they're saying, and just think whether or not, if this is something you can change, which also will inform you as to whether or not the relationship can work, right? So if they're asking you to change your behavior, not because they want you to be different, it's just because that behavior causes conflict for them. And if you love someone, you don't want that. And so it's things like that to help people understand that there are ways that we can correct things. And there are things that we do, like there are things about myself that I didn't know, that I know in the way that I do because of Sophie, just her informing me about certain habits and behaviors I have, and just allowing me to understand that she's sharing this, not because she wants me to be different, it's just because these are things that may cause conflict with her and who she is and how she wants to be. And as the person that, I love her very much, so it's important for me to receive these things and then make corrections, right? And I think that that's one of those things we try to show in practice within the show to help people understand that if you really want to be close to someone, you want to be able to modify where necessary. It isn't that you're trying to change yourself, it's just that you're trying to keep yourself compatible, keep yourself in balance. And I think it's important that you guys are both vibrating at a consistent level. It's not always the same, but it's important. These kinds of things, we want to illuminate that visually by showing people these little mini reenactments of couples doing things wrong, and then what it looks like when they do these things right, to try to help sell our point to get people to understand ways in which they can go about connecting better.
Oh, I love that.
That's what
I'm
I was
your
going to
amen
say.
corner.
I was
Woo!
going to say I love that.
Love that.
'Cause
Love that.
really the premise of our show was that we can have disagreements all the time. We may not see things the same way, but if we're able to talk rationally with each other, all is good. All is good. I usually see things Jill's way because she's a lot smarter than I. But but I do know how to talk and listen, and keep my mouth
Yes,
shut when I need to listen. I had to work on that.
we both
But
did.
it's very important. But I get a lot of people that come to me and they talk about this show, and they say, no way, no way, no way I could do that show with my wife, because I would be yelling and cussing and angry and throwing stuff and this and that, and so many people are not able to do that. Do
In
you
fact,
think?
many people thought we were fake.
Yeah, people still think we're fake.
Really?
Like you all are.
Yes.
Yeah, they thought you're
Yeah,
not really
they-
like that all
they
the
think
time. But
we're-
this is how we really are. Ask
Yeah.
Bertha. Bertha knows.
And that's why like our family is, they don't hardly watch the show.
Yeah, because they're like, it's just like watching you all
It's
talk.
watching y'all all the time. What's the difference? Not interesting to us. This is what you guys do.
Yeah.
And it's true. It really is true. And about earlier, whether you two were ready for each other, Jill and I have had that conversation also. And if I had met her 10 years sooner than we met, no way. I wasn't ready for her. I wasn't ready. And who laughed at that anyway?
Everybody laughed at that.
That hurt my feelings.
And Bertha also said, yep, this is you two all day long.
Yeah. See, she's a family member. She knows.
She knows. But I do have a
The
question.
thing is that you guys could be honest, about that.
Yes.
And
Yes, absolutely.
yeah, of that, and respect each other. You guys seem to respect each other, and that's a huge thing. You can disagree, and that's okay. But if you respect each other enough, then you can understand that you don't have to agree, because you're two different people anyway. You're not going to think the same. So
No, we definitely don't think the same. That is true.
What did you mean by that?
All
Jill?
right. That's how this all began.
What did you mean by that?
But I have to ask you all. We've been talking, partially because of the name of your show is Love Power, but we've been talking about the power of love. And I believe, from watching you all and you all watching us, and other couples that we know like Dave and Sam, love. You both said that you love each other. Gets stronger over time. It evolves. So the way I build the show, and I think you saw it too, is love also involves going to the next level. So what does that look like for you two? Oh, you were just,
Ladies
you were
and
just,
gentlemen,
I had to ask to
you
learn
have
that.
seen it here.
What? I had to ask?
You have seen it here.
I didn't even take that question for what he just did. I took that question for something. So I was gonna actually answer that in a totally different way. And he grabbed my arm. I'm like, what is he doing?
I'll put a ring on it. There
Okay,
you go.
so back up. When did this happen?
Wow.
How long ago?
First of all,
congratulations. I'm so excited for you two.
Yes.
Thank you. You gonna tell her?
Oh, wow. We got surprised on our show.
On our show. Like Aaron hadn't said a word.
Man. Woo wee. Man.
Okay.
That was all right. That was all right.
Let's talk about the timeline. Met December 15th. Went on our first date the next day after we met. I had a birthday that next month, but prior to that, we had New Year's. We spent New Year's together. We went away for my birthday because I had family coming. He met my family literally like a month and 2 weeks later. Um, and then, we've been obviously continuing to spend time with each other. My daughter had graduated from high school in May, and we threw her a celebration. So, and because she's going to she got accepted to North Carolina Central. For all those who are like Eagle alumni. So June 12th is when, or no, the 11th is when she had the celebration. So I wasn't thinking about it. This day was her day. So we went to the preserve park, and then after that, we came back to the house, and then
Earlier in the day, I told her, I was like, at some point today, when the family gets back together, let's have a moment for Layla where we just talk to her about her life and how we're proud of her and like all the things. Now, and I had already talked to Layla to make sure she was going to be okay with sharing this day with us, and so, but I wanted to wait. So at the park, that would be all about her. But when we got back to the house with the family and everything, so then we got up there and we're getting ready to talk about Layla, and then I just turned and started talking to her. And it caught her off guard. She was in shock because she didn't even realize what was happening.
I know all about that. Yeah, I know all about
I was
that.
in shock too when he proposed. He had to ask again before I actually got the answer out.
Yeah, same thing.
See?
Yeah.
You waited for an answer, though, didn't you?
Right.
That smart man.
he was tugging on my leg like,
Yeah, come on, you gonna say something? And this was in front of the family?
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
beautiful.
Wow.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
You're a brave
my
man.
brother was there. Actually, all my siblings were there because it's 4 of us. And my two best friends was there. I had an aunt and a couple other cousins. My mom was there. It was
that's
like,
beautiful.
Wow.
And my daughter
Okay,
was there
so-
too, so.
yeah.
Cool.
That's beautiful.
That is fantastic.
Okay, so since you surprised us with that, are you going to surprise us and say you're already married too?
Oh no, no. Next August 4th of 2023.
Oh, okay.
Okay, cool.
Wonderful, beautiful.
That is
I'm
amazing.
really happy for both of you.
Wow, me too. No, you're perfect for each other.
You really are.
Sophie, I've met Aaron, but I haven't met you, Sophie. But I have seen both of your pictures together, on social media and all that, and I'm like, oh, she's the one.
Yeah, she is. Like we could
She's
tell
the
from
one.
just the pictures. That's one of
she's
the
the
reasons
one.
why we asked if we could get you both on. Because we were like, we need Aaron to talk to us about this because he looks so happy. And obviously you're both happy. So that's beautiful. And my sister Bertha just wrote and said congrats to you all as well.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Cool. But no, really, you two are fabulous together.
You really
I
are.
can
really are.
Really feel the love between you two, and it's just
You
amazing.
can see it. You can
And-
see it. I don't know, Sophie, if you've noticed how Aaron looks at you. And he's this whole interview, he's been like,
Jill used to look at me like that.
I never looked at you like that. What are you talking about?
I've caught her. She's like, I'm like, what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you?
That's so sweet.
Well, that's beautiful. I'm
Wow.
excited for you. So, if it's okay with you all, I would like to ask the audience if they have questions for you or comments for you. Is that okay?
Would love that.
Okay. So, audience, do you all want to say anything to Aaron and Sophie? We've got Bertha, we've got Dave and Sam.
Queen Bee isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull her.
You
up
gonna
to
pull
the
her?
stage. Yeah, but she's not there.
Anybody want
I
to?
see hearts.
Oh. No, that's on
That's-
your phone.
What's on my phone?
I saw that, but
Oh, yeah.
that's because you haven't known.
Yeah, see, we're
Anybody want to
confused
talk?
now.
Nobody wants to talk.
Everybody's quiet now because it's about love, love, love.
But we've got Dave and Sam who have a show about love, and we've got Bertha who has hearts going.
Love.
That's
Well,
okay.
That's
Well,
all right.
I have put
Keep it
your YouTube link in the fortune cookie. So if anyone wants to subscribe to your channel, they can by clicking on the link in the fortune cookie. Is there any because it's already 8:54? Did you know that?
No, I did not.
This went by
Ooh.
very quickly. Is there anything that you know like takeaways or things that you want people to know about you all or about Love Power or just about love?
One thing I would say is that, for me, like I fell in love in 7 days, and it was on day 7 that I told her I loved her. And at the
Wow.
time, it didn't matter to me whether she said it back, and she didn't say it back at the time, which was fine because I had decided that when I was feeling whatever I was feeling, I was going to tell her. And I think that it's important when you're experiencing something like there's no timeline, there's no set time for any of these things. Whatever you're experiencing, whatever you're feeling, if you're very real with it, you'll get that same level of realness in return. And I think that if people can really understand that and embrace it and not be afraid of it and not run from it, that they'll experience the kind of love connection that will last forever.
Ooh,
That's wonderful. I'm so glad that you
That's
said that
good.
too, because we've had discussions about, when someone tells you they love you, what to say back.
Mm-hmm.
What do you say back,
Well,
Jill?
we talked about what Aaron said.
Look,
speak from the heart.
This is
whatever that is for you.
This is what I know. I told Jill that I love her first, and she told me she wasn't going to say it unless I said it first.
That was the old. That was the old Jill. That was the old Jill. Yep.
No, that's
but I had already shown my cards because, we met at a bookstore, and one day his brother came in, but I didn't know he was his brother. And his brother gave his email address, I knew his last name. So I turned all the way around to stare at him to see who he is, and he caught me. So he went and
told me.
Yeah, he went and told him. So I'd already shown my cards of
But that
I'm
didn't mean
interested.
You loved me.
Well, not loved you,
were
but you knew
interested.
I was interested. Because you said, I got her now.
I did. I did say that. Yes, I did.
Well, I will say that, yes, Aaron did say it first. However, it doesn't mean that that's not how I felt. I just held on to it until I had a plan. I wanted to tell him. I wanted to tell him in the perfect moment, at the perfect time on New Year's Eve, and I had this stuff all planned out. And then I'm like, when I told him that's why, he was like, oh, you really didn't have to wait and until
That's
then.
right. That's what I'm thinking.
Perfect in my mind.
So, Sophie, you are a planner.
Am I? Yeah.
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 And I'm a planner too, so I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Yeah.
Jill's not a planner. Jill's not a planner. I don't know why she's telling that story. You're not a planner. I'm the planner.
It depends on what we're planning.
I plan.
It depends on what the plan
stuff.
is. It depends on what we're planning.
If we had to look, when I met Jill, I told her vacations were overrated. I was no longer a workaholic, but anyway, I did tell her that.
So when you all said, you don't want to change people, you just might want to change a behavior, because of the way it makes you feel. I was like, oh, I don't like the way that makes me feel because vacations are not overrated. So I have to work on his enjoying vacations. And that's what I did.
She did. I love vacations now. But if I didn't plan the vacation, we wouldn't have one. See, because Jill is not that planner.
Well, I plan where we go, and then you find all the deals. You're better at finding deals, so that's why I let you.
That's
plan.
why I see now she's telling stories. She
No,
doesn't-
you are good at finding
No,
deals.
No, I am very good at finding deals, and I'll say we can get a deal to go here, 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 and here. Choose which one.
And I'll say, I'm busy right now. You just plan it.
See, she's proven my case.
But you catch me at the right. You catch me at the wrong moment.
I plan vacations.
Vacations, yes, but I plan other things.
Yes, you do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally. So, Sophie, I'm going to circle back to the question that I had asked, where Aaron, pulled up your hand so that we could see your ring. So, what was the answer you were going to give about what does going to the next level look like for you?
So I was thinking more so about how people change, right? So as you grow, especially when you get a certain age, you change. Probably you may change a little frequently than you do when you're a little younger and don't really know what your life is going to look like. As an adult, you know what you want. So once you come up with a certain idea or a plan, you're like, okay, I'm going to tackle this. This is what I want to do. And you're learning more about yourself, and you're changing along, with that. And the person that you decide to be your life partner, has to be able to weigh that with you and change with you. Now, not to say you're changing your core of who you are. You might change behaviors. So you might not have been so good at, say planning, but now you're great at planning because, you've gotten all these ideas together, and now you're starting to, implement them. I always I compare people to apples. And
apples.
I'll kind of
I'm ready.
explain why.
I'm ready.
When you cut an apple in the middle, just split it in the middle, what happens when you cut that apple? What does it
Do you
look
want
like?
us to say you see the seeds?
You see, right? Oh my God,
Yes.
perfect, great.
Yes.
You see,
Yeah.
you see that seed that's in there. You also see what's around it. It's juicy. It looks so beautiful on the outside, and it's like, but that seed doesn't change. The only thing that changes about that seed is obviously when the air gets to it, it may make it a little, dry or whatever. But that seed is pretty much the same. The color, I don't even think the color changes that drastically. However, when you cut the apple on the outside from the skin, that changes probably in a matter of minutes. From that beautiful, juicy, bright apple, now it's starting to look tarnished and brown. So what do? You cut it again. When you cut that, it makes it all new again, right? So when I when I compare people to apples, those layers that you're cutting off are the old habits that you're getting rid of, because your core is going to be where it is no matter what. That's why it's important that when you find the right person, try to understand what their core is. Because if you can understand that, and you know that they have a good core, you can work with them with all the layers. And you'll grow and blossom and be whatever you want to be in this world. I know I took it like somewhere else.
No, that's beautiful.
Where my head was going.
I can I can visualize all of that.
That's a
that all
good
made
analogy.
perfect sense.
Yes.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
That's very good. Well, Jill circled back, so I want to circle back. So you said you could show us the dress you had on when you all
Let me
met.
tell you,
I
if
would
I'm gonna
love
get
to see
get
that
this
dress. Yeah, we'll talk to Aaron. Will it take long?
It will not take long. I know exactly
Okay.
where it
Yeah,
is.
we'll talk. We'll talk to Aaron.
And be like, what? You
Yeah. All right. So Aaron.
Yeah.
So it's just you and me here now.
I'm here too.
No, Jill's not here. Jill's not
And
here.
the audience is
Wait,
here
wait.
too.
Wait a minute. Aaron. So it's just you
Oh
and
my
me.
goodness.
It's just you and me here right
How
now.
you gonna
Okay.
cut me out of my own show?
Well, Sophie's out right now. She's doing stuff. So how'd she look in that dress?
So,
First
so
time
you
you
gotta
saw her.
understand that she's gonna kill me for this because I was literally staring into her eyes and her face the entire night.
Good answer.
I was
Good
locked in.
answer.
I was
I
locked in.
believe.
And
I
when she
believe.
asked me what dress she had on, I'm like, ugh, because I
What
was
color
locked
was
in.
it?
I
What color?
honestly didn't even remember that in a good way. So it's black. I know now.
You know now.
But yeah, but when it was a situation we were talking about it, I was like, so I'm sorry. Like I really was like, I was locked into your eyes, into your face, your smile. I was there. And all the conversations,
Wow.
even in the car, like I was locked into her eyes, and like I just was mesmerized by what I could see shining through in her spirit, and it had nothing to do with what she was wearing. So
I love that answer. See,
that is fabulous.
Aaron does not objectify women. That's beautiful. Beautiful answer.
I don't objectify women either.
You didn't even say it right.
I don't. Obviously, I don't say that much.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, but no, that is fantastic.
That's
is
a beautiful
fantastic.
answer.
It is
Perfect
And-
answer.
Oh,
Y'all
it's time
ready
to
to see
just-
the dress?
yes.
So,
let's see.
this is the front of the dress.
I don't know if they can see it.
Oh.
So, this is
Wait a minute.
yes,
Wait a minute. Here
yes.
it comes. Wait. Where's the rest of the dress?
It was a mini dress.
Yes.
This
Yes,
It's
girl.
the back of the dress.
Oh,
Oh, Lord.
yes.
Oh,
yes,
oh,
girl.
Lord.
Yes.
Oh Lord.
Yes.
And-
Beautiful.
Uh-oh.
The
Oh,
shoes.
she got the shoes. Oh, she got to show the
Let's see
shoes.
shoes.
So, these were the shoes. Wait, let me get this.
I
Let me
see
get my video
chains.
together. These are the shoes.
Oh, beautiful.
Wow.
Those
Whoa,
are
wait. Those are like
fantastic.
12-inch heels, aren't they?
No,
Those aren't 12 inches.
but yeah.
Ooh.
So, I'm in there walking with my
She,
shoes. and my
yes, yes,
You know,
girl.
you know,
I
you
can
know,
see it
like,
now.
And this
when it's nice and
guy,
like, yeah.
oh yeah. And this guy that you're with, I mean, how dare he? He only looking at your eyes and interested in your mind. He's interested in your mind. You got all that other going on, but he interested in your mind and your eyes. Come on now, there's more to it. Come on.
Right.
Yeah,
But you know,
that's right.
but he's now, forget it. Now he's like,
Oh, I noticed now.
I can wear it with anything. He's like, ugh. I'm like, really?
Woo, wow. Woo-wee. Well,
But the full package. She's got the full
well,
package.
you know, the first thing I noticed about Jill was her voice.
Oh, yes, she has a lovely voice. I noticed that.
Oh,
too.
thank you.
I like your voice.
Yep, I heard her voice before I saw her, but once I saw her, I was like, whoa. All right. I didn't miss what she was wearing. I know what she was wearing.
Look, what was I
know-
wearing?
You was wearing that. Well, you know I'm bad with colors.
You are.
But it was kind of, well, you know, I'm almost colorblind. I'm pretty close.
Almost, you
It was-
are. You are definitely
It was
colorblind.
it was like a bluish
Oh,
top.
very
see?
good. Very good.
And she was behind the register.
It was
She
royal blue.
it was
That-
royal
that's-
blue. See,
yeah.
Right?
I got it. And after I saw her that first time, my brother was waiting for me in the car, and I came out and I said, "Her name is Jill. I'm going to meet her and I'm going to date her."
And he said, doesn't she have something to do with that?
Yeah, he did say that. Doesn't she have it? I know this is going to happen. This is going to happen. I never lack confidence. Never, ever.
That's good.
So it happened.
He claimed
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to happen. And it did.
It did. It did.
And then once I met her, I quickly fell in love.
Oh.
Only I had a 2-year rule because I had so many bad relationships. my head wasn't right, you know.
Mhm.
So I waited about 2 years, but I knew I was going to marry her, you know, if nothing went wrong within those 2 years. And then I proposed almost to the day.
It was to the day. In fact,
Yeah.
when he was proposing, that's why I was in shock. When he was proposing, I was like, wow, he went all out for our 2-year dating anniversary. And when he got down on his knee, I thought he fell because, you know, we're both clumsy. So I was like, oh, are you okay? Like I didn't know what was happening.
Yeah. It took her a little while to say
It
yes.
did.
I'm like, well, what? Well, are you? Will you? Huh?
What, were
She's
there a
like-
lot of people around?
It was just
No.
us.
I
It was
turned
just
one
you
of.
guys?
Yeah, I was living by myself. I had this actually
In
same
this
house
house that we're in now.
So it's a 4-bedroom house, but I took one of the bedrooms and turned it into a restaurant. So
Aw,
it was a
very
restaurant, and we had Chinese food and candles everywhere, and all of that.
So I thought,
And-
wow, I had
and
never even
she-
seen the room that he took me in. I was like, wow, he's going all out.
Yeah. So then, I'm like, she's not figuring this out.
Nope.
She didn't have a clue. I started laughing when I realized she didn't have a clue. This is an engagement. You know, I'm going to propose. But it was all good. We're still married.
Yeah,
Oh,
we're still married.
yes. She eventually said yes.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So we've been really enjoyed talking to you two, and we hope that you're both that we're not strangers. You know, we don't have to have a show to talk to each other. You know, and we'll fully support you with your show when it launches. But more importantly, your relationship. We support you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we're gonna
Absolutely.
come down
And
there. We're gonna
if
come
we're
visit
in
you
your
guys.
area, we will give you a shout out.
Yeah.
And please.
And you know where we live, Aaron. So
Yeah, I do.
bring her on by.
Will do. Absolutely. You guys, I really appreciate you having us on.
Oh, we appreciate you. This has been a great show.
Yep.
This has been we loved it. You know, now audience members, if you didn't like it, it's okay. We loved it. We loved it. We loved it. We don't care. This is one time. I don't care if the audience liked it or not. I loved it.
I did too. But we should say
I
goodbye
really-
because
I
we're
really do-
way over.
I really do care if the audience liked it or not, for real.
Yeah. Yes. And we're
But
way over. So we
We're
should.
over.
Yes.
We're over. All right. Well, I will bring the music in.
Okay, we're bringing the music
And
in. Thank you
we're
again,
gonna get out
Aaron
of
and
here.
Sophie. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
you. And their show is called Love Power.
And we love you.
Yes, we do.
All your love power.
Oh, your love power. Yes, we
Love
do.
power
You've been
stuff.
watching I'm Right,
I'm right.
and I'm Jill Cox Cordova.
I'm Anthony Cordova.
Shout out to Gifford Ivan Cordova III for the music you're listening to, and to you, our audience.
Our
We love
audience.
you.
We love you all and hope to see you again.
Bye.
Oh, I forgot I have to close out the show. How do I do that, Jill? Well, first we will turn off video, and we're still here and we still have music. Are you going to take them down, Jill? They're gone, and I'm still here.
Oh, say hi to
and-
Charlie before you go.
Oh, wait, Charlie's there?
Charlie just came in.
Ooh, wait, I gotta go back. Hey, wait, I won't come back up. There I am. Hey, Charlie, what's up? Good
Hey,
to
Charlie.
see you. Good to see you. I haven't seen any new shows lately. Anyway, no pressure. All right,
That's all
love
he
you.
invited us to.
Huh?
Yeah, he sent an invitation to one.
Oh,
There we
to
go.
speak. There we go. Can you believe
He said,
the show-
"Hey guys."
Oh, he
Did
put
you
a-
hit it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey,
Yeah,
Charlie.
see? Charlie.
Hey.
There you are.
Oh, okay. I didn't know it was up there. Hey. Sorry about that.
Good to hear your voice.
It's good to hear your voice too. Oh no,
Yeah.
so I'm helping my girlfriend move in, and that's the reason why I haven't been posting anything. I realized
You like
thing.
everything's changing. Everything's changing.
Oh, I told you everything. I told you. But and then so I realized like none of my episodes have been posted because they're all drafts. So while I'm taking a week off, I've just been posting the drafts. So that's what I've been doing. But
I saw you posted your replay from the 22nd.
Yeah. There are all the replays. They're drafts.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, okay.
I'm just gonna put them up, because I know nobody's heard those replays, and I realized that. So.
Oh, I got you. All right. Well, y'all get
All right.
settled. Make that nest all nice and neat.
All right. I love you guys.
I
We love you
too.
too.
All right.